Hello and welcome to TW White & Son Suzuki. This is a Suzuki Ignis SZT CVT automatic in a wonderful flame orange with black alloys. Now this car has just come into stock. It is only 2 years old, sorry, 2023. So it's actually a year and a half old. So you've got the indicators on the side doors there. You've got rung LED lights with projected headlights as well, so very bright lights at night time. You've even got the radar brake support at the top there. Doesn't come with cruise control on this one, but you do have radar brake. So let me just show you the interior. So front electric windows, so that means the rear ones are actually handle driven, but cloth interior, pattern designed in the middle there for you. The automatic gearbox. So this car has only done just under 7,000 miles. It is a mild hybrid, so it means there's a secondary battery, but it does not separate itself from the engine. So it runs along with the engine to give you better fuel efficiency. So when you're making the car work a little bit harder, obviously the battery will kick in with it, so you don't use more fuel. Reverse camera, no parking sensors, but you can add parking sensors to it. Now looking into the boot, nice and deep and spacious. But there is a thing about an Ignis, if you don't know already, if you want to, you can slide the seats forward and you give yourself a much bigger boot space if you need it. These are only a 4-seater in the SZT and SZ5, so if you were looking at an SZ3, they are potentially a 3-seater, so it won't have the sliding rear seats. So again, no scratches or marks or any disagreeable odours in this car. It's been very well looked after. Comes with Ignis mats as well. These are the original ones and they're in fantastic condition, as you can see. Winders, obviously keeping it manual, but you have got privacy windows in the rear of the car in comparison to the front. Coming to the near side front passenger door. Now this car is in fantastic condition for its age. Obviously there's no marks or scratches around the car that I've noticed. It being just a one previous owner, I've got a feeling it was probably an ex-demonstrator, as was what I would normally assume it would be for this sort of age. Let's take a look at the inside of some of the electronics. So you've got your trip meter on the side of the door there, which obviously gives you the directions of the mileage. So as I said, this car's done 6,868 miles, so just under 7,000 as I mentioned. This is your hybrid battery option. So this tells you how much charge is in that battery. And obviously the way to charge that is through what we would call regenerative braking. So when you're braking, you're putting charge back into that battery. Now these batteries are only a 48 volt, so they are only a small battery. So if they ever go wrong, they are very easy to replace, but that's a big if. I've worked here for over 10 years. I've not come across one going wrong yet. So, but this will show you which one you're using. So if you're using engine only, it will show you engine going to the wheel. But if you're using battery and engine, then you'll see like a split going in the middle to that wheel while the wheel's in motion. But nice, easy display to know. So you've got the kilometers an hour in the middle, and then on the outside is your miles an hour just there with your rev counter. Now obviously if you were to start your car in the morning, you would see a symbol normally situated up here, which will give you like a cold oil light, just saying that the engine's cold, but as soon as it's got up to temperature, that light turns off. So manual window wipers, that's front and rear, so up and down through the range the way you want, and then obviously the rear one, flick on, flick off, and then twist to do the washers. Now this is automatic lighting. So just in the front there, I don't know if you can see, there's a small disc right there. What that does is that deciphers between daytime and nighttime. So as soon as it gets a little bit dark, obviously your lights will automatically come on. It won't do the high beam automatically. You would have to just push this one forward like so for them to come on. Now, Bluetooth is standard feature in this car as well, with obviously the odometer controls, not the odometer, sorry, your infotainment screen to the side there, so that controls the mode, so between AM, FM, DAB radio and your music on your phone. Bluetooth connectivity, but this does also feature smartphone link. So what you need to do is plug your USB cable from here to your phone, and then that will initiate the connection between your phone, so you can use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So the automatic gearbox, you do obviously have your park, reverse, neutral, drive and manual. Manual means if I put it down to M, not only does it show me down here, but the flappy paddles, which is just on the side there. So if I'm clicking to go up a gear and down a gear, you can do it manually. If not, put it in drive and it shows you right there. Does not show you down here, unfortunately. I wish it would. It would be a nice thing to have, but it's not something Suzuki have ever really done. And then obviously down here you've got your radar brake or your lane departure. You can turn these off if you don't want them on, same as the auto start system as well. Air conditioning as well in this car, so these are analog depending on what you want the temperature, where you want the wind to be blowing, but obviously you've got rear window heaters, and then for the front it's just like that. Ignises do not give you the option for heated mirrors, unfortunately, so we've had this question quite a lot. But it is not a standard feature that they do on this, but it's not the meets all that ends all, as one would say. So as I said, this does come with a reverse camera like so it gives you a good diagram. Here's your bumper line. Obviously red is probably about a foot from the car and the yellow is about 2 foot, so it gives you a really good understanding between distance between you and the object behind you. Does not come standard with sat nav, but if you do want to use sat nav, then I would highly recommend plugging your phone in, or we can put an SD card in the top there for you for a very small fee. But look, I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I've given you some insight into what a Suzuki Ignis is all about. Then please give us a call, 01372 414 414. Ask for myself, Matthew, Daniel or Jeff, and we'll happily book you in for a test drive, and look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much.